Hi, guys. Okay. My room's a little messy, but welcome to the Divorce Diaries Show Podcast. My name is Michelle Trina, the creator of Divorce Diaries. I'm drinking my OJ. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. I meant to do this at 10 o'clock, but my mom called me in hysterics. Well, not in hysterics, but she has COVID. She's had it for over a week now. I don't think she actually has it anymore. I'm hoping she's negative, but she was feeling dizzy. So I went over there, double masked it up. Those of you who have come to the live show or seen some clips from my live show, Divorce Diaries, know that my mom is like my big supporter and like my other parent basically in my relationship with my child. So she I am dependent on her, and she had neuroticness up the wazoo. She worries about worrying. And I left teaching theater full time. I left my school teaching position a couple of years ago, right before the pandemic, to solely focus on acting and my show. And also while building, working as a teacher part-time for my company. I have a theater company for children with special needs. And then the pandemic hit and things got weird. But things actually panned out well because I, was able to work virtually. I got a new position as an adjunct at a college that I used to teach at that found me again. And it was great. So, and I still do that. And now it's just been a tough year. It hasn't been a tough year. It's just that, I should say, like everybody else, you're having to make up for things that are just coming your way, right? You have to put out money for this, put out money for this. And I also feel like, so I just have to figure some financial stuff out. And my mom, I think, is feeling my anxiety, and then she'll give me anxiety about it. And then like, I'm still on her phone bill. So she thinks my mom spirals, period. And then I spiral. And I am waiting for a paycheck from my college that hasn't come yet. That is very annoying when you work as a freelancer or like a gig worker, or you're a part-time faculty. A lot of the times you get paid either well and on time, or you get paid well and who the fuck knows when you're getting paid, or they fuck you over somehow. I don't know. I can explain it. Not all the time, but like this one stipend thing that I'm supposed to be getting is, I really need it to come like yesterday, and it hasn't. And nobody at the university will give me an answer as to when the paycheck will come, the stipend. I hate using the word stipend because I still feel like that's an internship term, and I'm 40. But that's okay. I feel like that's just what it is right now. So I have literally contacted every single person I can on the group emails and called. And I'm pretty sure tomorrow, if I send out another email, they're going to get pissed, because I have asked now over and over again, when is my check coming? I think I'm just going to send out an email tomorrow that says, is there anybody that can clarify a date that the stipend will be mailed or direct deposited? I really would appreciate clarification on this as soon as possible. Does that sound that doesn't sound bitchy, right? I feel like that's just very honest, and I need to know, because the anxiety I have about being in a tight situation right now is kind of taking over my brain and taking over my productivity. So I'm also, auditioning daily, working on the TV series daily, working on my marketing for Divorce Diaries, the live show, because all that is my job. That's how I get an income. And I'm sharing this with you because I know that there's a lot of people out there that want to follow their dreams or a goal or a business idea, and it's really hard. And we get motivated by people like Gary Vee or my boy Ed Milet, who I love. But then like when we watch celebrities or other people who are in the same position, who are really doing amazing things, it's sometimes not so much a motivator. It makes us compare ourselves to them, and then we feel like, I'm not even there yet. I'm barely there yet. Am I ever going to get there? Like, I was saying this to myself in the car, is like, sometimes when I love watching the Chrissy Chaos podcast. Hey Babe. I love all the Impractical Jokers. And I was watching Whitney Cummings on the Chrissy Chaos podcast, and they're really funny and I really like them. And I started to compare myself of like how I'm not that good enough yet. And I hate that I did that, because like, I am funny and I am good enough. I have to get better in my craft as a comedian to get noticed more. I have to get more spots in New York City when I ever can get into New York City with my child's schedule. It's a little hard, but it's hard because it costs money, and it's hard because I don't have a babysitter right now. And I'm making an excuse, but that's just what the circumstances is. That's why I'm on here doing my podcast, Anyway, so I'm brushing my hair like a Looney Tune. So sometimes when we admire these celebrities, we start to also, or we get motivated by their work, and we find them funny. I start to feel not good enough. And it's annoying. Especially when money is tight, you start to feel even more like a loser. I feel like that sometimes, not all the time, but today I do. I have like multiple degrees and certifications and past most master certificates in education, and I have a degree in theater and a degrees in experience up the wazoo. My path is to really be in my show 24 hours a day, be in Divorce Diaries world, and or write for other shows like it. That's what I want. That's what I'm doing now. The income needs to come in more, I mean, it's hard when you're so anxious about money to stop what you're doing and do these things that will hopefully have a better payoff later. It's hard because you get scared. I got scared this morning. I laid in bed till 8 o'clock, and I was mad at myself because I could have gotten up at 5. But I just said, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go down this negative spiral, and then I'm going to pop in my earbuds. I'm going to put on Ed Milet, max out. And I did. And I cleaned my fucking kitchen. Well, I cleaned the sink. I don't know. I had 6 people listening to the last episode, so maybe I'll have 7 for the next one. But if you're listening and you want to know like what the deal is, well, why don't you just go back to a full-time job and do this on the side? Or why? No, this is not a choice. That's not an option. Obviously, if I have nothing to live off of, I would go back to finding a position as a teacher somewhere where I could still do Divorce Diaries. But like, I think it's a bigger picture of like, what is the universe testing me on? My focus, my productivity, because in The Alchemist, which I'm a true believer is very much to love, the Alchemist storyline, I believe, is very much what life is. The closer you get to your dream, the harder it is, the more obstacles that appear. My mom has to have spinal stenosis surgery, and that's going to put her out for some time. She's also older, and I'm afraid for her to not come out of it properly, to not recover from it properly. So there's all these thoughts in my head, and then my own health and making sure I'm continue to be healthy and all of that stuff, and orthodontists, having to go to an orthodontist eventually because my daughter going to need braces, and where's that money coming from, and saving enough more money for college. The cycle of worrying and fears you can get so lost in it that you just want to give up. And I'm never going to give up. It's just, that's where my head was at this morning. And it was all because my mom, as much as I love her, went down her own spiral yesterday. And then it just was it was a bad spiraling. But then I got out of it because I said to her, well, look, what can you control? And then my Let's Book, he says about being what Navy SEALs, how they handle a situation is, what can you control in this very moment? I can control getting my to-do list done today. I can control, finding out tomorrow what's going on with this check from the college. And if they give me an answer that they don't know, when can you know and who can I reach out to? It's like what can I control in this moment? And what I can control is doing what I love to do on a daily basis, continuing to find ways to grow and expand and practice gratitude, because I think the gratitude part I'm realizing is a huge part that I don't do as much as I say I do it, but I don't know if I actually physically embody the gratitude. And I'm gonna try to work on how I embody that gratitude. No, this is my podcast is a little all over the place. Sometimes it's just funny, sometimes it's me talking. I definitely want to have some guests come back. I would like to have guests in person too, because I think that would be a lot of fun. I just don't have those fancy two double way cameras where you can cut to one person then cut to the other. I don't have that. We're doing this on Zoom right now. I am recording on Zoom in my hard drive, and that's what's happening. So, control what you can by doing the following. Write out what you really want to do today. I really wanted to do content, pray, and do as many leads as possible to Divorce Diaries people and my theater company, and just how I can make some extra money this month before school starts. Because even when I was teaching full time, the summer is always hard. I feel like summer is harder than Christmas, because a lot of us don't get paid as much in the summer. I mean, I don't know. I was doing all right last year, so we'll see. I know last week when I got this gig, I was like, I looked at my dad's little urn here. Here's this piece of my dad. And I said, thank you, Dad. And I said, thank you, universe, because I know that came through. And my manager, of course, helped me get it. There's a job that I applied for. There's a gig that I auditioned for this weekend that there's two that I am so praying that I get. And I also, it's a little bit of a risque role. But I really would love to get it, because it's, from what I know, it's a decent, like, it's on a television show that's on FX, and it's also paying, I think, a lot. I believe so. So, and the other part I really want as well, I just want to book more work. And then, so I'm putting it out in the universe. Please, please let me book it, if it's going to contribute positively to my bank account and my life. No. In general, I believe that you do have to give over to the universe and say, I know that you will take care of me, and I will continue to do and plant the seeds. I just have to have faith. But fear's a bitch. Self-doubt is a bitch. And I get anxiety every time I think I go out into my car, because of gas, because of accidents I see, because of the fear that if I got into something, I don't have the money I have no money. I have what I have, paycheck to paycheck, And so I fear those things, which is so stupid, because it's like Navy SEAL time. What can you control in this moment? So that said, oh, also that child support shit is getting on my fucking nerves. My child support is coming like, it's not coming regularly like it was. It's coming like, it hasn't come in 3 weeks. So it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. But all I have to keep telling myself is, you do have employment. You do have people that love you. You have your degrees. You have a lot going on for you. Just keep your head up. And here's I'm gonna tell you about what happened with the guy that I went on the date with, who's the comedian, who's a friend. He's an actor. I actually spoke with him on the phone because I asked him to call me. And his response to what I said, well, I thought we had a nice time. I don't want you to think I didn't want you to come in. It's just that I need to take it slow. And he's like, yeah, I thought about it. And I just kind of think, you're really pretty. Or he's like, you're a really sweet girl. First of all, he called me girl. Brother, who the fuck? I'm a 40-year-old woman. You know I'm going to complain about it. My mom just texted me the other way, and she said, loved. Okay. He said that he is, he just wants to be friends. First of all, I'm going to pause this. Who the fuck are these people? On my YouTube, I'm so excited that it's growing, but there's some, it's like, I don't know if it's growing in the right way. There's weird people that are subscribing to my channel, and I'm putting out single mom stuff. I just don't want people who are like underage to be subscribing to it. And I have it set as this is an adult channel. You were in 2022. Time's up. I don't know this. Oh, well. Anyway, so the guy said that he just felt like this was not the right time for him. I felt like saying, well, when is the right time? When you join Jenny Craig? Fat ass. He's like, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be fat shaming him. That's mean. He is a great guy. It doesn't matter if you're skinny, fat, in between, ripped, bald, full of hair, half hair, big forehead, small forehead. Like, you know, I've obviously my forehead ate my upper lip. That's how big my forehead is, though. I'm going to go for the jugular when you reject me, especially because I kind of rejected him at first. I was like, you can't come in. And then it's all of a sudden it turned into, oh, I'm sure you have all these guys after you. He said that in the car. And now he's like, I thought about it. And I just want to be your friend. I don't want to be your friend now, boo. Fuck you. Sorry. Seriously. I was mad. I was just aggravated. I felt hurt. Kind of like, well, why did you want to go out? And I spent like $50 I did not have that night because I wanted to be nice and split the tab. What a waste of time. I would have been like, well, if you just want to hook up, let's have some pizza at my house and wine, and then you can go home because I'm not hooking up with you. That's what I wish I had just said. Be like, what is this? Is this a date? Or is this me and you hanging out? Because if it's me and you hanging out, then let's sit in my apartment with the bottle of wine that I already have, and you can bring pizza. That's what I should have done. I think that from now on, that's what I'm doing. Cut to now. I texted the cop who I had a fling with a couple months ago because I've, dated him years ago, and it's just easy. I also started to open up a can of feelings for him after the incident, which then like I stopped talking to him. I just stopped texting with him and I let it go for a little bit. And then I texted with him the other day, and he sent a dick pic and the whole 9 yards. And I was like, oh, fine. I was like, all right, well, maybe we can hook up again. And then I got these 2 auditions, and then I said, maybe you can come today. But as much as I want the physical, emotional thing that's already there with him, it's just going to open up a different spiraling staircase into disaster for me. So that's going on. And that's it. That's where we're at today at Divorce Diaries Show Podcast. If you have dated a friend and it's worked out, please let me know. Please just tell me what your story is. I'd love to bring it on the podcast and talk about it. I haven't ever gotten anybody who's emailed me questions that they'd like to know about my life. So if you do and you are interested in asking a question on the podcast, please email divorcediariesshow@gmail.com and I'll bring it up on the next episode. So self-doubt and fear, we're kicking it to the curb. Let's see what happens this week with, I guess, the financial strain as a single mom. I mean, I guess that's where we're at, right? This is the truth of it. Comparing ourselves, self-doubting. We really want to get rid of that. Ed Milet says you have to restructure your thoughts, right? And that's how you can help with your confidence and your self-worth. So, but it's hard. You're your own worst enemy, so I'm going to work on that and see what happens this week. Stay tuned for more and see if I hear from the cop today. I'll let you guys know. Email me some questions, what you want to know about. If you are in a city that you want to see Divorce Diaries, send me an email. We're working at San Diego. Offered me September 16th, but I already have 2 gigs that weekend, so I can't do it. So I emailed her back and she didn't respond. I was like, all right, well, let's see what happens. All right, guys, stay tuned for more. Thank you for listening. Keep on being, oh wait, I forgot one last thing. I also check out the live on my YouTube channel because I did join OkCupid, which is, I feel like, a hoax because I can't see anybody that I matched with. So I joined this app only to show 99 likes and you have to upgrade. So what was the point of this? There's one intro. I see who sent you intros. I have to pay money for this. No, I'm going to cancel it right now. In fact, I'm going right online. I'm going to cancel this whole thing. Disable my account. We are sorry to let you go. Help me go get laid by late. It costs money. I'm going to write that. Next. I don't have the money for it. Period. No. I'm not ever. Delete my account. Oh, I don't even know what my password is. You know what I did? I left my password. Oh, my password is hysterical. I put it as an X's name. Okay. Stay tuned for more. I'm deleting my OkCupid that lasted less than 24 hours on dating online. Thank you so much, guys, and keep living your happily divorced after life. Just remember, you can, you will, and go for it. Even if you start having the worst anxiety and fear, just keep running through that rain, man. Run through it. Run through it to the other side. Love you guys. Stay tuned for more.